I'm joined by Loydie Jerome-Majewska with the American Association for Anatomy, and she is here to talk about the Anatomy Scholars Program. Tell us a little bit about the program and who it's for.
Sure. So this is the first year of the Anatomy Scholars Program. The goal of the Anatomy Scholars Program is to help in the retention and promotion of folks that are underrepresented minorities within academia. And so the program was established or was proposed to the association in 2020. With full support, we developed a curriculum and are now launching as of yesterday.
Why did they feel like it was so important to have something like this?
So the reason that this program came about is that we were reflecting on the fact that after 40 years of all kinds of programs to try and increase the number of folks that belongs to underrepresented groups in academia, there weren't that many. And so when we look at the numbers, there's been a large number of students that are now in the undergraduate programs and graduate programs, and yet when those people are promoted to academia as assistant professors, they are exiting. And so we wanted to try and change that and make it so that they can stay and become full professors and part of the academia. So if I were to give you some examples of numbers, if we look at the proportion of full professors that are Black women like myself, it's about 3% for the past 40
3%?
3%. And that's been the case for the past 40 years.
Wow.
Although there's all of these things that's been done. And so if you look at the proportion of the population, of course, I don't have to tell anybody that it's much larger than 3%. And the numbers are worse for other groups. For example, indigenous people or people who are Native Americans, as they're called here, is less than 1%. That doesn't make sense. So we're hoping to change that.
Tell me a little bit about how the scholars will be supported.
Sure. So the Anatomy, the American Association for Anatomy, the AAA, has basically guaranteed 3 years of funding. And so we have found all of the best people to provide what we call a professional curriculum. And this professional curriculum includes things like making an individualized plan for how they want to proceed through academia, working with the scholars to help them get their funding, to help them become better teachers. But more importantly, what we hope we'll provide is a peer-to-peer network that will reduce the isolation that those people who do end up in academia face. But in addition to that, we also have a formal mentoring network where there are members of the AAA who have stepped up to help mentor the different scholars to help figure out, so let's say you want to progress in academia in a research track. So we have mentors that will help you to succeed in your research program, get funding. If you want to do teaching, similarly, we have folks who will mentor the scholars and help them progress in that track.
Is the overall goal to kind of change those statistics?
Yes, our goals are clear. The outcome we're looking for is that when we look back in 40 years, there will be a difference, and we'll have people that are closer in proportion to their proportion in the general population within academia.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure speaking with you.
It was my pleasure.